It's the beginning of August, meaning we're getting closer to the end of the season. So I want to update my top 3 MVP frontrunners in each league and top 3 Cy Young frontrunners in each league. So I'm going to head on over here to the board. We're going to get it in the wall, and we're going to start on the National League side of things. We'll start with MVP and Cy Young, both on the National League side. Now, this is my frontrunner, not the odds, not anything else other than my frontrunners for the awards. And we will start at number 3 for National League MVP. I have Freddie Freeman. The tear Freddie Freeman has been on lately gets him into this discussion. He is now in reach of the NL MVP discussion after I don't want to say a slower start to the year, but just a higher average. The power and the RBIs weren't quite there for him, but now it is. I mean, it's really picked up in the month of July. He was fantastic. He was on my team of the month, and he's here at number 3. Number 2, Austin Riley. Austin Riley was my player of the month for all of July. He's now batting close to 300, 29 homers, 67 RBIs. His month of July was unbelievable. He broke the all-time Atlanta Braves record for extra base hits in a single month, passing Hank Aaron. That's how good he was in July. And he's just propelled himself into the conversation. The NL MVP, the race hadn't been super close for a while. But that gap is getting closer and closer because of what Austin Riley has been doing. And my NL MVP frontrunner, as of right now, Paul Goldschmidt. How good has he been this year? How good has Paul Goldschmidt been? From the beginning of the season, 24 homers, an OPS over 1 on the year, 1.025, and a 333 average. Also homered in the All-Star game, which was fun to watch. But look, this is getting closer as of right now, Paul Goldschmidt. But on the year, what Austin Riley has been doing, I think really propels himself right up there close with Paul Goldschmidt in the National League MVP race. Freddie Freeman at 3, Austin Riley at 2, Paul Goldschmidt at number 1. Let's move on to the Cy Young in the National League. My 3 front runners for National League Cy Young as of right now. Starting at number 3, Joe Musgrove. Joe has been so good for San Diego. The Padres have been really good this year. He's been a big reason. The rotation's been a big reason, but he himself has really showed himself to be elite in this game. Last year was a really good year for him. This year, another one. He's becoming one of the elite pitchers in the game of baseball. 8-4 on the year, a 2.65 ERA, 104 strikeouts. I think he is 3rd. At number 2, Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes, back-to-back NL Cy Young. He's in that conversation. 8-4, 2.31 ERA, 160 strikeouts. It's that cutter. That upper 90s cutter is just so good. He can pinpoint it. I talked to Pitching Ninja about it. It is perhaps the best pitch in baseball right now, and he is one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. So in terms of NL Cy Young frontrunners, I got him at number 2. At number 1, this one was easy. This award is Sandy Alcántara's to lose. 9-4, an ERA under 2, 1.99, 138 strikeouts. But for me, it's the longevity that he's shown. He pitches into the 8th inning regularly. He's very efficient, but he's also a workhorse for this team. He'll throw a lot of pitches. He'll throw a lot of innings. He has by far the most innings pitched in the league. He has an ERA under 2 while he's doing all that. He's throwing 100-mile-an-hour sinkers that are moving like crazy. He's the best pitcher in the league right now. And that's why I have him here at number 1 for NL Cy Young frontrunners. Let's move on to the American League now. We're going to start with MVP. And this discussion, it's a good one. We'll start at number 3. At number 3, Yordan Alvarez. In my opinion, Yordan's been the best hitter in baseball all year long. 312 average, 30 home runs, a 1.098 OPS. But those 30 home runs come in a time he missed a good bit of time. I don't want to say a good bit, but he missed over a week there right around the All-Star game, and he's still at 30 home runs. When it comes to best hitter, it's Yordan. But moving on to number 2, Aaron Judge. 300 on the year, 42 home runs, 91 RBIs already. There's no arguing that this is one of the greatest seasons that we've ever seen. He's on pace to break the Yankees' all-time single-season home run record. He's on pace to drive in over 140 runs. He's been unbelievable. Now, the home run record is in reach. Barry Bonds is 73. He's on pace as of right now to hit 67. Is 73 likely? No. Is it likely he breaks the all-time Yankees record? Yes. Now, do I believe that makes him the AL MVP frontrunner? I do not. And the reason for that is because at number one, the greatest show on earth, Shohei Ohtani. We have now seen over a year and a half of the greatest seasons of all time. What Shohei did last year was the best season we have ever seen. What he is doing this year is just as good, if not better. Last year, Shohei the pitcher wasn't as good as Shohei the pitcher this year. Last year, Shohei the hitter was a little better than Shohei the hitter this year. But it's still equally as valuable as a player, and he is the most valuable player in the game of baseball. He is 2 all-star players in one. How can you tell me that Aaron Judge is more valuable because he's going to break a home run record? You can't. I do believe what he's doing is incredible. I actually hope he breaks the record. I hope he breaks Barry Bonds' record. I don't think that happens. But even if it does it make him the MVP this year? If he breaks Barry Bonds' record, we can start having that conversation a little bit more. But if he breaks the all-time Yankees record, I still think Shohei Ohtani is the MVP of the league because he's 2 all-stars in one. It's that simple. That's how good he is. A 2.80 ERA on the pitcher's side, the best strikeout-to-walk ratio in all of baseball behind only Shane McClanahan, and offensively, 22 home runs, top 10 in the American League in home runs, on pace for well over 30 home runs. If you have a 2.80 ERA and well over 30 home runs, you're the MVP of the league. You're the most valuable. I know the Yankees are a better team than the Angels. I know the Angels aren't very good, but I'm tired of the team argument. Shohei Ohtani isn't just valuable to the Angels. He is and has been the Angels since Mike Trout has been out. He's been their production. The fact that they're winning any games is because of him. At one point, he was 6-0 in a stretch of 6 starts on the mound, and the only games the Angels had won were the games he started on the mound. They lost every other game. That is value. Shohei Ohtani is the MVP of the American League, and that's why I have him here at number 1. Moving on to the Cy Young Award. This Cy Young conversation is really, really good as well. Let's start here at number 3. This guy has played himself into this conversation in a hurry. Dylan Cease, he should have been an all-star. The fact that he wasn't an all-star is outrageous. The month of July was remarkable, one of the greatest months in a long time. 4-1 on the mound, but a 0.61 ERA. He's now 10-4 on the year, a 2.03 ERA, and 154 strikeouts. Dylan Cease played himself from around in the top 10 best odds to, hey, he's definitely in that conversation for winning the Cy Young Award. Moving on to number 2, Shane McClanahan of the Rays. McClanahan has been fantastic. In the first half of the year, he was, numbers-wise, the best pitcher in the American League for sure. And he has still been dominant. But he's not the Cy Young Award winner. The start we just saw him have on Sunday wasn't great, so that bumped his numbers down a little bit. He's now over a 2 ERA. The strikeouts, all of the numbers are fantastic. This isn't a knock on Shane McClanahan. This is why he is at number 2. The year he is having is fantastic. It is an unbelievable year. And there is a very good chance that he wins the first Cy Young Award of his young career. The young lefty throwing close to 100 miles an hour. He's dominant. And he deserves to be in that final discussion for AL Cy Young Award. But right now, the winner of that award, the front runner, for the AL Cy Young Award is Justin Verlander. He is now the lowest ERA in all of Major League Baseball, the most wins in all of Major League Baseball, and we could continue to go on. 14-3, 1.81 ERA, 122 strikeouts. He is just 20 strikeouts away from passing Pedro Martinez on the all-time list. This year, he has passed Bob Gibson and John Smoltz on the all-time list. He's going to pass Pedro Martinez at some point. He is 39 years old. And these things shouldn't matter, but they do matter in terms of the voting. He is 39 years old. He hasn't pitched in almost 2 years, and he has come back and meant everything to the Houston Astros rotation. When they're struggling and they need a win, Justin's there. 7 innings, no earned runs. When they're doing well, but that bullpen needs a rest, Justin has been there. 8 innings, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts. He has been an absolute workhorse for the team. He is up there in terms of innings pitched for the most in baseball. He has the best ERA in all of baseball, not just the American League, but the National League. Sandy Alcántara has been fantastic. Justin has passed him in ERA. He has the most wins. This is all coming off of 2 years of him not pitching. What he is doing is Cy Young worthy. He is the front runner for American League Cy Young, and it's clear cut and dry. Shane McClanahan is having a fantastic year. Dylan Cease is having a fantastic year. The consistency that Justin has shown, start after start after start, is unbelievable. This is the best I have seen him look in his career, and that's including the 2011 year where he won the MVP award. He's throwing 99. He's close to 100 miles an hour as a starter. This is what he was doing at the beginning of his career. He was dominating. He was throwing 7, 8, 9 innings, and he was throwing 93, 94, 95 early in those games. And when he needed it, he'd reach back and 100 was there. And we're seeing that all over again. When he needs it, he can reach back and 99.3 miles an hour is there. He's just different. It reminds me of Justin, the MVP award winner. That's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing the Justin of old, the Justin pre-Tommy John surgery, pre-Tommy John surgery, the Justin even before Tommy John was really good. By the way, his record with the Houston Astros is 57-18 since he got traded there in 2017. 57-18. But even before Tommy John, he wasn't this dominant. This is MVP Justin that we're seeing. This year has been unbelievable. And he is, right now, the front runner for AL Cy Young Award. Dylan Cease, Shane McClanahan, Justin Verlander, all having fantastic years, and they are my top 3 for Cy Young favorites right now. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.